Welcome to Family Civility Day. Let's talk family civility. I'm Dr. Rebecca Finlason-Harper. I'm so excited for my guest. He is a fellow ambassador. His name is Stevan Lynn. I am so excited. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. It was he is a dedicated father of three amazing children, retired American football coach, which is really cool. I mean, oh my gosh, that is so exciting. And remember, before I forget, please, please, please remember to like, share, comment today, because today is all about the men. So the men who are watching right now, please, please, please like, comment, share. So our retired American football coach, he's an award-winning television producer and international responsible for father and a fatherhood advocate. He actually comes from humble beginnings as a community organizer, infamous Cabrini Green Housing Projects of Chicago. Coach Lynn has spent the better of 25 years encouraging fathers to embrace the challenges that come with the never-ending duties associated with being a responsible father. Through multiple innovative training mediums, such as the award-winning television program Dare to Dream, A Father's Guide to Success, as well as creating the Fatherhood Training Center located in the heart of New York City, to establishing the Fatherhood Emergency Response Series and Caribbean Fatherhood Network. This man has been busy for 25 years. Coach Lynn has successfully changed the priorities and practices of countless fathers and father figures around the world, with the team motto rooted in the fact fatherhood is deeds, not words. So you can imagine the excitement I have to introduce this amazing man who is like the father of fathers. Hi, Coach Lynn. Thank you so
Good
much
evening,
for being on
everybody.
the show.
Thank you so much. We're so happy and excited. Wow, right? We're jumping out of our chairs right now. If we could jump through this camera,
Amazing.
we'd be pow, we'd get them. It's
And
already
I have
done.
to thank the OES, the Sustainable Development
Yes.
Summit for the Eastern Caribbean, for linking us.
Amen. Amen. Exactly. That was, I believe, one of their ideas in the whole
Yeah.
coalition piece was get many voices of like minds that
Hmm.
they happen to know in their network, but we didn't get a chance. We were so busy in the war. So the
Yes.
fact that he put you and I together and the others on our team, it's going to be some
Amazing.
changes. We're going to change the world.
We are, and this is a
There's no doubt.
wonderful thing. We have a lot of shows about mothers and
Yes.
hosted by mothers, which is another thing, but we never really have the fathers on. And it's so funny because from my show in Jamaica,
Hmm.
I had a lot of fathers following my show, even more than
Yes.
mothers, because they wanted that information.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
breaking the cycle of fathers not being around. We actually have generations of fathers who want to be involved.
Oh, yes.
So this can be a
Numbers.
whole discussion. And, if you are a single mom with kids,
We're
this
ready
is a
for you.
discussion for you as well, because
We
we
got
have
you.
to acknowledge our mistakes. It's not just about the man.
You know what? You can't. We are. The ball was already fumbled. In sports terms, that's what we do with the fathers. You know how we do the team. We fumbled the ball. Are we going to cry about it? Or are we going to keep moving forward and score on the next play?
Yeah.
So it was what it was. A blessing was here. Our child is here, and it was by no
Yeah.
coincidence and no mistakes. So how do we now make sure that they come into a wonderful, wonderful person of integrity and character and
Yeah.
leadership. So that's what we're going to talk about.
So I have a question before we go there.
Sure.
What got you into this? What lit your fire when it came to why fatherhood? Why have you been so? And I have to admit, I have met people, advocates for fathers before,
Hmm.
but you have a passion that nobody can match.
Well, because we're still in it. Some people preach to it and tell you how to go through it. We say we're going through it together because it's
Yeah.
forever. If you're smart, if you're a good father, huh? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So it really started many years ago with my daughter, the birth of my daughter, where her mother and I decided it was best that I raise her myself. I was psycho. I don't know what I was thinking, huh? I was lonely. My son was 7 years before, and I was like many of the fathers that I serve. I was in their shoes. I ignored him. I didn't prioritize him. Everything came before him. It was almost like it was a mistake in my mind. And my life was going
Wow.
down the tubes. So I was blessed with, what goes around comes around. Be careful what you ask for. I needed an
Yeah.
angel because it was really bothering me. And I got my daughter by myself, truly by myself. And it opened my eyes of not only what mothers go through, my son's mother and all the other single moms. I know
Mhm.
exactly what it feels like. And it was a little girl too, so she had a lot of hair. That was a whole nother story. Oh my God. What do you eat? The whole nine. But when I did that, other fathers came around and say, "Wow, coach, I'm in the same situation. I just didn't know." So that's how we started the first fatherhood programs because we were teaching each other, and it
Yeah.
just grew from that. And because of that, my bond with my son tightened like cement
Wow.
for the
That's
deeds.
amazing. That's
So that's how it
amazing.
started. That's why the passion is there and we're still going through it now. And issues I had as a young man, trying to find my way with my father, which many of our generation have. My father was 70s, 80s, you know, understand? Came through a
Yeah.
different time, very hard,
Yeah.
soft on the inside though. But I had to get through those types of fatherhood things. And at the time, there were no programs, there were no
Yeah.
outreach or real kind of counseling to say, hey,
Mhm,
how do I
mhm.
mend this fence with my father?
It's almost like they teach you how to breastfeed, they teach you how to deal with the baby, but they don't ever teach you the mental and emotional stability you need and how to get over your trauma to become a good parent. Because, as we said
Hmm.
before the show went on live, you know, children give us this unconditional love,
Always.
and we take it for granted as parents.
Hmm.
And by taking it for granted, we can abuse it. I
Yes.
think that's why we have a lot of issues with our parents, and this is the irony of it, is that, oh, but I love you, but you didn't, that's not how I need to be loved.
But exactly. Although the rabbit hole goes very deep in this issue. We're
I
just
like how you say rabbit hole. I
It
love that.
is.
Go
You know
on.
how it goes around. It's not just straight through. It has lots of
Yeah.
different paths, but it comes out. So we're
Amazing.
gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it.
So now you decided this is it. You're
Yes.
going on this mission.
Yes.
What is I mean, you have shows, you have so many things, but tied into what it is now.
Well, when we first started, of course, it was more of a bond, if you will, bonding. Of course, the fatherhood coalitions and the fatherhood groups, we were just sticking together, trying to see what's going on with our kids and seeing our kids went to school together. We saw how
Hmm.
the streets were. Most of our fathers came from the streets. Some of them are still in the streets, still tied
Wow.
to the streets. They don't know how to get away from it. It's not easy.
Wow.
So now it's become into the advocacy because
Mm.
we saw, as coach, help us. And Coach Lynn, as you said before, comes from years of football coach. So it was easier for me to talk to the fellas. Most of them knew me as coach, Pee Wee all the way up to semi-pro league. So that's all they
Yeah.
knew as coach. And instead of me changing my language and my style, I just said, and now let me start coaching you as far as fatherhood programs. But it's deeds, not words. Just like on the football field, you ain't gonna win just trying to talk about it. Or definitely not going to a practice.
No.
That's how you'll get hurt. Oh, my arm hurt because you didn't even try. Same thing with fatherhood. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
And deeds, not words, always bends it. No matter what your situation was, no matter what, you start
That.
showing them that you care, that they're their priority. Kids
Yeah.
come to you with that unconditional love. They still have it.
So how did you deal with when you just got so tired as a single parent? I mean, I bring it up because I'm at that stage now where it's been
Yes.
COVID and we've been 24/7 parenting. I mean, not even the break when they go to school.
Yes.
And I feel, I mean, it's not like you can say, oh, daddy, take a little time with them. Let me get a break. There's no break in the house. It's not like I mean, you can hide in your bedroom for so long. How do
Really?
you
Where you got? Show me a good spot.
There's no
Under
way,
the
trust
laundry.
me. And I call my kids the best Jamaican relay team,
Of
right?
course.
Because once one solve a problem, the other one
Yeah.
just passes the button to the other, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So whereas they're
Really.
running different legs, I'm running all the legs.
Well, it
And
doesn't last forever. As an older parent and a grandfather now, trust me on that one. You'll cherish these days.
I'm not getting it wrong,
I got
but
you.
it's how do you, and you said it's that they become a priority, but there comes a point where your tank is just so empty,
Not
and
yet.
those are the memories they remember when you don't make them the
Well,
priority.
so you have to figure out how you're going to refill your tank. Great point.
Yeah.
So that's why we push for the fathers. To refill your tank, you got to start shooting for your dreams. No more
Mm,
of the, don't get no cheap gas over there. It's not even good. You want the premium gas in you, and it's through your dreams. And they say, Coach, it's too late for my dreams. It's not going to happen. Who
never.
told you that? Yeah, because remember, a lot of them, they never had a father or they never had a supportive person like that. So you
Yeah.
start telling them, making them start believe, and because you start reaching for your dreams and your kids see you, oh my
Yes,
goodness,
that is so true.
they see their father. They really reach for
You're
his dreams
perfectly
against all
right.
odds.
I want to emphasize what you just said, because a lot of times we give up our dreams because we think, oh, it's our children's time now,
Yes, a
and
long time.
they need that time, and it's not, because it's deeds, not words. They see you go for their dream, and they see the pride on your face, and therefore they will say, hey, I want to achieve that.
They
And
do
say
more,
congratulations, you turn around and you say, but you can do it too.
even more, faster too. Don't wait like an
Yeah,
idiot like
much
I was.
faster. I mean, I saw
Yeah,
it they I've
it's
seen it
true.
this year. It's
Yeah.
because you see, you go how you're brought up with a father in the 70s. I was brought up with a mother where I was told I must sacrifice my entire life once I have children and once I get
Mhm.
married. Like, I don't, you lose your name, you do,
I don't.
you
What does
lose
that mean?
everything. And that was how I was brought up. And then when I started trying to go for my dreams, I was selfish. I wasn't being a
Right,
good
right.
mother. I wasn't being
Yes,
a good wife.
yes.
And we have to break away from that.
Oh, we are. Don't worry about that. We're going to be
And
talking
that's
about
what I
that at the
love about
session.
you with the fathers, is that you go from there. And please bring your comments again, single moms, if you're watching,
Yes,
single dads, even as a couple, bring your comments. Coach Lynn is here.
I'm here. We're ready. Let's go. It's time to
Let's
practice. Practice
go.
makes
So
perfect.
tell us more. I'm going to put this flyer on. Tell
Mhm.
us more about this summit that you're having tomorrow morning, and how people can actually um register. Can they still register even though it's tomorrow morning?
Absolutely, absolutely. They can
So what is the
tomorrow.
summit that's tomorrow? Strategic planning session.
So for many years now, we've been working all throughout the Caribbean, from Haiti down to Barbados, on initiating and supporting male initiatives, male empowerment initiatives, particularly with departments of gender affairs, trying to make sure that the father is included in the equation on anything having to do with the family. Do not disregard him. Do not even act like he's not there. Particularly in 2020, so you spoke earlier of that shift. We've been working hard on this
Mhm.
for a long time. So then when fathers say, Coach, I'm stepping up to the plate through my deeds, not words. And then when I go to the mother, and she still has a bitterness, a wall there, you see? And she's seconded her thoughts by the court system, by the
Yeah.
social service system, by
Hmm.
many things of the mother, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. That was told to me when
Hmm.
my daughter was young. Mama's baby, daddy's
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
and that's even now, and it's stifling us. It's stifling us. It's been a sore spot to fathers, and they have had nobody to address it. And some other key things we're going to be talking about.
That's amazing, because I mean, bringing up the court system is is a sore point, because in my experience it was the other way around. It's who spoke the better, who had the better connections as a lawyer. And one of the things that I am advocating for is that, and I know lawyers don't like to hear this, but to bring lawyers out of the equation. It is not something a win or lose. It's having a social service worker, or as I say, my trained family civility workers, write a report after 6 session counseling with the family. And they
So
actually observe and they do goal setting as a family. And those goals based off of a family is what goes to the judge to say, hey, this is where the family wants to, what they want to achieve.
exactly,
And the
the
children,
recommendations way
and what
heavy.
I don't like is the children don't have a voice.
Well, they have more than the father, though. Trust me on that one. Tomorrow, the law firm and the program out of Antigua, who has really taken on this fathers and more, fathers just doing, and men, fathers and men,
Mhm.
they're doing the legal part because, trust me, the numbers that he relays tomorrow is that unless you are married in the Caribbean, Antigua in particular, unless you're married, you have
Mhm.
no rights to that child. Very archaic. I'm talking about
Yep.
going way back in the day, way
But
back in the
in
day.
in
And they
Jamaica,
explain
yeah, in
most of the
Jamaica,
Caribbean's that way.
I could put anybody as the father of my child.
Not
I
even the
just have to
DNA.
sign a form.
It's ridiculous. It's extremely archaic. And for now
Yeah.
years, we've been trying to say, listen, this is 2020. These statistics show more fathers now are taking custody of their children. More fathers are involved. But when I go to the court, I have no standing. And even deeper, even if you are married, and many of the things having to do with the children, only the mother is recognized.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're gonna relay the report. It's incredible.
I'm
So we
looking
have
forward
to
to that.
fix
So
that.
how do you register for tomorrow's show?
They just come online. That's on the Zoom, as you're seeing on the flyer there. It's they're welcome. Particularly, we're looking for those who are male ministries, fatherhood programs, anything having to do with dealing with men. Now, this is the Caribbean Fatherhood Coalition because this is our base, if you will. However, our trainings and our message and our mission are worldwide. Fatherhood is deeds, not words. It matters not where you're from or the language that you speak. It's still going to be the same types of leadership training and fatherhood programming that we're going to put together. So join us. We're going to have it. I believe we're going to try to put it on Facebook. We're still working out the technical aspects of this new phenomenon, Zoom. I love it. We could talk to
I
the
hear
world.
you. Well, if you want, I can offer my this platform, and I can actually I can share the screen as a Zoom.
Oh, you could do the whole thing, the whole Zoom. Oh,
Mhm.
thank you. God bless you.
So
I
we can't
appreciate
let
that.
this not be this type of, yeah. So we can share it as a. I can
And
put
I'll
it
put
on
it on
the
mine.
screen and we do that. So
Great.
you will actually be able to come on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
That's
Um,
right.
I'll share it on the Facebook page in collaboration with Coach Lynn, and we'll just. I mean, I'm watching it anyway, so why not? So we can
8:45 is the warm up.
exactly. This is or warming up at 8:45. Yes, because you do have exercise, and I see you always exercising on your Facebook page.
Listen, fathers have to be healthy. You know, you and I talked about how do you not break down? How do you not get tired? How do
Yeah.
you not burn out?
Yeah.
Because your mind is it's all in your mind in many ways. And you're craving for it. You have to want it like an addiction to it. And
Hmm.
so we're of you wanting to make sure that your kids have a wonderful life,
Yeah.
have a shot. That's your focus. Once you do that, you don't really get tired, but you have to work out. You have to watch what you eat. This COVID, this COVID, which has devastated all of the Caribbean, the whole world, but the Caribbean in particular for quite some time now, has a lot to do with our health. You
Yeah.
know, it is what it is. And we've been warning for many years. We have to watch what we eat. We have to walk. We live by the ocean. You got to go swim, go to the ocean and stand and do something. But you have to stay healthy because when anything like this happens, because of our insides, I don't care how strong you look on the outside, your inside is not right. And we
Hmm.
know that. Diabetes, obesity, all
Yeah.
that, high blood pressure, those are all things you can control. So that's why we work out every morning. Every morning. There's no excuses. And it's worked very well. Working out with coach, I love it. It's
Yeah.
very difficult.
He can tell the guilt on my face.
Well, it's for single fathers too, as you see my language, and I appreciate it, and I love how all the single moms, we have thousands and thousands come with us. However, my message is to the fathers. I'm
Yeah,
talking to my boys, and they understand that. That's
yeah,
why I do it at 5 o'clock in the morning. There's no excuse why you can't be up at 5 doing a little run, doing some sit-ups and some push-ups and crunches, but
yeah,
you're thinking your day. You're saying, how can I manage my kids today? What are they going to eat? What time do they have to go to school? What do they going to learn? Do they have a test this week? Is there a birthday party this weekend? You see? Who's
yeah,
going to do their laundry? What's for dinner tonight?
yeah.
Every moment has to be thought out. So then that's why we
What?
do the torture chamber.
That's the Okay, what's the torture chamber
We
now?
call it the torture chamber. That's our outdoor gym. We have been doing this years before the gyms got closed. I kept
Yeah,
warning them, listen, the gym closed. You don't go to the gym if it's closed. So now they're looking at coach. We see how you work out outside using the hydrant, using a
yeah,
stairwell, whatever you have to use, a bar, whatever there to work
yeah.
out because it's in your mind
Uh-huh.
and it's your commitment. We work out at 5 a.m. Monday through Saturday, technically, because the kids have to be up for school by what time? 6 at least.
Yeah, 6 at least.
You're going to get up at 6 to get the kids.
No,
Hmm?
you get up early and have your. Oh, I do. I have to admit that is that hour of peace time before the kids are awake are amazing time to kind of
It's amazing
refill your cup, and it's a good. It's. I mean, it makes sense. You're filling your cup for the day.
for the
You
day
know,
and by moment by moment.
it's
See, that's
almost
why we're
going to
getting.
the gas station every morning.
You have to, and because now you're thinking more than just yourself. It's
Hmm.
it's difficult in life just even going through just for yourself, only you on your mind.
Yeah,
But now that you've taken on the blessing and the responsibility of, hey, I have these wonderful blessings that I have now. I got to think their day through because they have no idea
yeah,
and
that's
they have
very.
no power. They have, I had these children. That was my responsibility. I did that. So once you do that, you really time goes too fast. You said, how do you go through the tough times?
Yeah,
It goes too fast.
it does. It does. I mean, before you blink, there. I mean, I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh. Once it hit 13, that's it. It's like it just flies.
It's done.
Before you
So
even
that's why we see your dreams too. See, now you see, Doc, why we say make sure. I tell the fathers early.
Mhm. I,
Because your children won't be little forever. So once they're moved, they're good at school, they graduated, they have a great life. You don't have to worry about them. Now your dreams, you just don't start your dreams then. You started your dream a long time ago.
yes.
So all of a
Yeah.
sudden, here comes your book. Here comes your first movie. Here come whatever your dream was. Here comes you
Yeah.
traveling the world. You're doing a cooking blog. You always wanted to do a cook. Do it because your kids are good. Your kids are wonderful. You don't have any drama.
That's true. I mean, and it's funny because people say that they're like, "Why are your kids so good? They behave so well. They don't give any trouble." I'm like, "Well, they do, but compared to, but teenager. I always say, having teenagers, it's your last chance to tweak. It's their last. I say it's the last chance to correct the mistakes you made parenting them up to this age.
Having teenagers from a father's point of view is the ultimate in patience. Ultimate in patience. And I was tested myself. My daughter and I had a spat.
Hmm.
And I told her, you got to get out. And I mean, get out. And we were in the South Bronx. Huh? And she had to get out. And she did. Because you understand that teenage mouth and that teenage attitude, and you know everything. And you don't listen. And look at the house is filthy and this and that. And me too. So we're teaching the fathers patience, patience, especially with girls too. And I learned a lesson I didn't really know about women changing, women changing, and I had no idea what she was going through. It
Yeah.
was hilarious after. I was crying like a baby. I
Yeah.
checked the city. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy. She was
It's
fine.
not easy. It's not easy each
No,
stage, and having, again, let's go back to being parented the way we are, and being parented, we fall back on cultural teachings, and
true.
we fall back on, because I said so, you
Right,
know,
right.
and things that we couldn't stand our parents saying, we fall back on it,
That's
hoping
true.
that it will be easier. And it's just a conversation. It's appreciating at this age that they
Yes.
can understand what we're going through. And
And all of us go through that too. And we tell the fathers too, even those who just come back in the children's lives. And, we'll talk about that in a minute about what I require. This is not for everybody. And it's just
mhm,
not one, Frito, get on this squad just because you want to be on the squad.
yeah, yeah.
So we're telling the fathers they have to start really developing that patience, particularly if you are now coming back into the family and they
Hmm.
don't trust you yet. They don't trust you yet. It's going to take you some time. It's going to take you a lot of laundry, a lot of picking
Hmm.
them up at school and taking them to school.
Yes.
With an apple, or they love bananas. All of a sudden, every time they see you, you got a banana.
Yes. Yeah. What about the and I agree with you because I'm going to ask a pertinent question.
Sure.
When you have that separation of father and child, and you
Hmm.
say to them, you know, you need to reach out, well, they
You
don't
say,
reach out to me.
wait, who you're saying that to
So
who?
there's like the father would blame the child
For not reaching out
for
to
not
him?
reaching out because they're
Yes.
teenagers or young adults. I'm like, no,
No,
because it's
absolutely not.
exactly what you're saying. No,
Absolutely not.
you have to be the one to make the
Yes.
effort,
Yes.
not them.
Absolutely. Not them. Even those of us who had our kids in our house, that was our life. They still don't want to see it. I talked to my daughter through her door for like 2 years. I would see her go into the kitchen, get a plate, go in the refrigerator. She'd grumble something at me, and go back, boom, in the room. I looked in there, it was a tornado in there, tornado. So that's just a part of being a father. It's not going to be a perfect where they just listen to your every word and all that. It's just not going to happen.
But you
So,
have
but
to keep trying, and you can't blame them for not reaching out. You are the adult.
well, when they get 16, 17, 18, they start seeing their father. They're like, I love my father. You see,
That's
it
a girl.
changes.
That's
Right,
a girl.
right. Well, the boy, that's your boy. Boys are different. Boys, if you put your boy as your priority, that's your boy.
Yeah.
Truly, that's your. You're a police officer. Your son is a police officer. You're a firefighter. Your son's a firefighter. So
Yeah.
it's very tight if you do it the right way. Um, However, what we're telling fathers is be different. You're a firefighter. Tell your son to be a graphic artist,
Mm.
or he loves the ballet. Your son loves the ballet. Would you
But
kick him
it's
out?
yeah.
Hmm? Your
Yeah.
son loves your son is different than you.
Yes.
So we got a lot of conversations coming up.
This is tomorrow's going to be amazing. So,
Thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen, tomorrow, as I said, the Zoom to go on Zoom. That is a room number to go on to Zoom tomorrow at 9 a.m. um it is going to be an amazing conversation. It is part of the Sustainable Development Summit because we have to acknowledge that fathers are part of this, and now we're going to
Yes.
move to the Caribbean. But Coach Lynn is amazing when it comes to his advocacy and his work with fathers for over 25 years now. Coach, when it
Hmm.
comes to the Caribbean now, because you have the
Hmm.
the Caribbean Fatherhood Coalition,
Hmm.
and you have that whole dynamic of, how do I explain it? It's You have the fathers will use their money to go to the bar.
Hmm.
World Bank has proven it. There's
It
studies
is.
showing it. Women
We
will
understand that.
women will work, earn money, and pay for what is needed for the family. They'll
Hmm.
invest back into the community, whereas the men will run to the bar and say, "I need a break for the night," or they'll
Some
gamble.
will.
Or they're very irresponsible with their money. And I say irresponsible as a woman and a
Yes.
stereotype. Please, I'm not offending anybody, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is. How do you break that cycle?
Well, some people are just that way. You understand? That's just the way they are. A fool and his money are soon parted. However, for those fathers, there are others that you don't see that when they get paid, they pay their house note, they pay their car note,
Yeah.
they pay their cell phone bills. You see, they got to go grocery shopping. You got to have something when you go to the grocery store for a family. So they're doing all these things. They might not be seen or get the fanfare, but what do we care? We're just trying to get a new thing. We're trying to pay our house off.
Hmm. Hmm.
However, for those who you're talking about, we have the training programs where we're going to be working with your child maintenance orders. I'm very stern on that. I don't Remember, I was a single. I didn't
But
get
they
any
don't have them
money
in
from her
Jamaica.
mom,
They
right?
don't
For
have them
20,
in the Caribbean.
they have child maintenance orders in some of the islands. We're going to one plan along with the legal aspects of who is the father. One has to come before the other. And as far as the courts are concerned, when I tell you tomorrow, we're going to show you the unravel what it really is. It's ridiculous. There's no way that we could ever win in 2020. So that child maintenance order is just,
And then
but
on
whatever it is.
how do you do it on, so for example, a lot of the fathers are away on
Hmm.
farm work, or they earn their money abroad, and then
Hmm.
how do you, or a lot of them, the women are here in Canada and they go
Hmm.
back to Jamaica, or they go back, or they live in Jamaica, or they live in the Caribbean. There's no way to enforce the law
Well,
or
so
cross,
that
the bilateral. However, God forbid you take your child to another country for a better life, it's kidnapping.
there's a tangled web. It's a tangled web. But I could say this from the father's point of view, and so that all of them understand how Coach Lynn is his message. You don't care about none of that. You should it should be coming from your spirit anyway. You
Agreed.
understand? If the court has to mandate you and chase you down and all that, you got to go through all this drama because your kids have to have shoes. They have to have a roof over their head. They have to eat every day. You see? They have to go to school. And because you had children, you were kissing and smooching with her. You were chasing her down, texting her every 5. I love you. Let me see you. Now all of a sudden you have kids. You don't have nothing to do with it. You see? So
Mm.
I don't really want to hear it. And I'm really speaking on behalf of the children because they need it. We're trying to take donations for sneakers and school uniforms and book bags and all that. Why should we
Yeah.
that's your kids. I see you got a bottle every time I see you. I see every time you get a check, you run to the liquor store, get something to drink
Huh.
or more.
So how do you transition these men from doing exactly that? I mean, you obviously have a magic formula. I mean, being a
Well,
coach, that helps. But what is that formula?
somebody speaking to them in real terms, number one, who they respect. And they
Mm.
say, I'm not telling you because I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you this is what I do. And this is what I did. You see? I didn't have nothing either.
Yeah.
If I didn't have, my daughter didn't eat. If I didn't have an apartment, she didn't have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So
So
because of that,
you're saying it's far better for a fellow man to talk about this than a nagging woman.
yes, and that's why I'm sad to say, but it's true at this point, we don't have any females involved particularly when we're doing our fatherhood sessions.
Agreed.
It's the I know that there's a lot of single moms out there. I've caught fire, boy, all around the
No,
world.
no, you shouldn't. You
Fire.
shouldn't, because there are not enough
It is what it
male
is.
organizations
But
that
they say
do this.
what they're saying is true, though. What they're saying is absolutely true. The father is not involved. I am the father. And I understand that right now. So my word to them is he still alive? They say, yeah, he's still alive. Bring his address, how we can contact him to the meeting. And we will reach out to him. And when we reach out to him, he's different. He's coach. I love the idea. But because a lot of times he's afraid to approach the kids. He's feeling certain, he didn't have a father. So he doesn't know. What?
Wow. So
My
you,
father had 11.
hold on, just stop right there. So you are actually willing to advocate
Yes.
on behalf of the mom
Yeah, we tell
and
them to
the
come to the
kid.
meetings. That's why we have the events. You see, the
Woo,
daddy-daughter dance. The
that's huge.
fathers, oh, it's packed, packed. Most of the fathers, this is their first time. Watch the video. They're gonna be tears of fathers. This is their first time, but we had to create a safe space, and it had to be with your kids, not you by yourself. I don't want to show
That's
me.
amazing.
They love it. I love them. They never leave.
That's
Then
so.
they're
How
willing to
many men
listen.
do you have? How many fathers do you have in your coalition?
Oh, it's
Thousands.
endless number now. Each island that we've been in, at least no less than 5, and that's no 5 core leaders. But for the most part, in the islands, we have no less than 20 or more. And Antigua, we got over 100. Haiti too. Haiti too. Haiti has almost 500
Five
ready.
hundred thousand men part of
No,
it.
500. No, 500.
Five
Oh
hundred
no.
people.
Yeah, that's you got to take it slow.
No,
Because
no, it's
not
this is
us,
amazing. But 500 is amazing. Trust me. Coming from these countries,
because
that's
we keep
phenomenal.
it simple. We keep our message simple. I understand you all have a different story, and I feel
Yeah.
you, but we keep ours simple. Pick them up from school, make sure they eat, Make sure they have a roof over their head and you prioritize their life.
So I'm going to bring this up to you now, right? Because I'm now going to be on, I'm going to be the devil's advocate, and women are now
Please
going
do.
to hate me.
Good.
A lot of women are working
Hmm.
and they refuse for the father, because there are fathers that say, listen, I'm not working, I cannot
Hmm.
afford to buy the shoes, but I can, instead of you paying somebody to take care of the child, I will take care of the child, right? I will pick them up from school, I will sit with them, I'll make sure they do the homework while you go to work, and so on and so forth. But they
Yes.
don't like that because they want the money,
So
right?
here's what we,
So
right.
you have the wicked women too. You don't
Well,
just have wicked men, you have wicked women too who, you know, are saying, well, you have to pay to play.
well, depends
And
on
I
when you're coming
don't
to
agree
me
with
too.
that.
So here's the deal. That's why, you see us 6 months before, even a year before, but 6 months for sure. You knew they needed sneakers. All that you come in at the last minute. Oh, I didn't know they needed sneakers tomorrow. Come on, man. I don't want to hear it. So now all of a sudden you want to go get the sneakers. No, I don't trust you. So give me the money because I already got their sneakers. I've
Yeah.
been got their sneakers. So that's why we're teaching the fathers. Listen, one season goes in. What are you always looking for? Make sure they get enough. That way you don't have to worry about whether the mother got them or not because you
Yes.
got them long time ago. Save money, $20. See how much they cost? Start
Yeah.
putting your instead of you drinking every weekend, it's a sacrifice, huh? No bottles, but you start saving that money for the sneakers and watch the feeling you get. Much better than any liquor you could drink.
Oh, imagine when she comes to him and says, oh, the child needs sneakers. Oh,
Woo!
here they are.
Oh, right. Oh, the kid is like right out here. Oh, my father got the
No,
sneakers. They tell
it's
everybody.
true. And then here is the other problem, is when the kids are used as a pawn to hurt.
Well, once again, only way out of that one is deeds, not words. That's for a lot of pain. Um, but the father's point of view, we tell them at this point, you take full ownership of what you did. You had a baby. I'm talking to my son. I'm talking to
Yeah.
my boy. You had a baby by somebody that you didn't know. Huh? You weren't even in love. You weren't even close to get married. So now all of a sudden, now you're trying to see true colors. So you can't be mad. So you start prioritizing your children. Coach, I got 8 kids. They're all over. One's in Dominica. Coach, I got one in Trinidad. Coach, I got one in St. Lucia. Guess what? I guess you're gonna be hustling, huh? God bless you, but there is no excuse. There is
Mhm.
no other way. If you do not take care of your children, if you do not, you gotta some dark clouds are coming your way sooner or later.
That's amazing.
It's true. So
That,
when we have lots of fathers to tell the story, the older fathers that's I'm saying, oh, I just wanted my kids. I had the money and the flash and the this. And I had 12 kids and I don't know any of them. Hurting them.
well,
So
it
that's what we're
hurts a
trying to do.
generation. That's the problem.
Oh,
It,
when we interview the kids, some of them are very bitter. It's the dichotomy
yeah.
of some of the kids love their father, even though he wasn't there. They still love his idea, or still feel sorry for him, want to save him. So it's those. Then they have the other brothers and sisters that just can't stand him, and then he ends up having another family too. They find out at the funeral.
Oh, yes. Oh, I've been to one of those funerals. Oh,
Ooh.
but coach, we have a question. I came in late in
Sure,
this program. Is this program in Jamaica? Do you have a coalition in Jamaica?
we
And
do.
if so, how can this person be help?
We do. Join us. We'll be able to give you the website that you could go to, of course, our website. But yes, in fact, Jamaica is one of the first that we went to, particularly in Montego Bay. All of us remember not recently when we
Yeah.
had to have the lockdown. They had a lockdown way before everybody else did, and it
Mm-hmm.
was because of the violence.
Yeah.
And we knew that, and we were getting a call then. Several programs there, working with
Yes.
the Governor General's office, the whole nine, Consulate General. So Jamaica, if it wasn't for this COVID-19, we would be there now.
So here's another. So based off of a question, and this is another aspect of how do you handle it, especially in Jamaica and other countries all
Hmm.
over.
Hmm.
You have men who, for example, are homeless, and then when you
Hmm.
speak to them, they went through a nervous breakdown, they went through depression, but they're so embarrassed and ashamed to go back and be a father.
Yes.
How do you help with that transition? Because I know there are organizations that have come across that when they're helping the homeless.
Yes,
They want to be a father that again, they just don't know how
yes,
to go back to
yes.
recover from the mistakes they've made.
Well, we talk to them first. We have our program is key. Who am I? Who am I? A lot of them, before we tell you, and I tell them all our fathers this, they take a pledge that before we help you make that connection back to your family, you have to pledge that you'll never leave again.
Hmm.
Hmm? I will not open that door of their hurt. And you decide, oh, it's too tough. Oh, I got so with that and that population by itself, a lot of them, and we have that in the Bahamas too, a whole house full that homeless, but a lot of them have some issues. Their
Yeah.
clinic, we work closely with their clinical team and we'll say, hey, if you have a family that you even know of, let's
Mhm.
see if we can't, and we have them write a letter. I give them the pencil, paper, crayon, I don't care what it is. And the
Yeah.
letters are incredible.
So this is the event
And
happening
they're
tomorrow.
not ready to see their family yet. They're not ready. They will, they need some help.
That's amazing.
So that's what we're doing there for them.
So you
Um,
do work with them. So they give
yeah,
them the help
all the
they need.
shelters,
You get them ready. You do the
right,
Who Am I program in order for
right,
them to readjust, to reintegrate in their family.
and let some stuff out. Yeah, let some. Well, who am I? First, we have to let them really kind of do a who am I? Where
Mhm.
did I come from? Who's my people? A lot of pride. First clean out the mess
Yeah.
in your mind. It is what and then put a lot of pride in there. And once
Hmm.
they do that, they're willing to then step out because they still feel people are judging them on who they used to be,
Yeah.
and
What
they're
about relapsing though?
nobody's perfect. That's why our program is for life. There's no there's
Oh,
no set. Yeah,
that's amazing. So it's not a 6 month program. This is for
no,
life. This is
yeah,
you are part of the coalition for the rest of your life. You have that support system for the rest of your life. That's and that's the thing. You see, women normally talk. We find our little group and we have our support system, but
hmm
men tend to not have that because of the cultural imposition that you have as being men. I mean, let's
really.
acknowledge it. Men are,
Well, wait, Doc.
and
Let's.
this
We
is
have the
wrong. You're
same. We
changing the
have the
culture.
same. Nah, but we have the same. Ours comes in sports teams. Let there be a soccer game. The stadium will be packed.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm? Let there be any type of sports
that's true.
full to the brim. So there is a way in. There
Mm,
is a way in. Only that one though that we found so far, and the children, of course. But definitely the sports is a way in. Guys come to that.
yeah, that's
Shows their
amazing. I mean,
priority.
so tomorrow, I'm gonna show tomorrow is at 9 a.m. Eastern
Correct.
time, correct?
Correct. We blow the whistle at
And
9. Start the practice at 9. Which is
oh
one of
yes,
the big things that we're teaching integrity. That we tell you, and it goes along with the culture. We hear that a lot, Doc, you and I, for years. Oh, you have to understand the culture. So the culture is that a meeting starts 2 hours late? No. The evil and the streets that we're battling on behalf of fathers, it does not start 2 hours late. It started 2 hours earlier.
and
So
what's this dad's take your child to school day?
so many years ago, we some good friends of mine, we joined the coalition in many ways, but the bottom line was on the way to school is one of the most dangerous times in life. In life, you can get robbed, you can get definitely bullied and scared to
Yeah,
death. You understand? For a lot of our kids, suburbs or not, could be a lot of school shootings. You understand? It was just madness.
true.
So we said that when a father, we knew that because I was just taking mine, I just had to. When a father takes his child to school, the whole front is different. Even the playground and everything is different. They see him. Um, so it just grew and grew. We started talking to the New York City schools, and more said, on this day, fathers are going to come to the school and meet with the principal and meet with the assistant principal and really get a chance to get a presentation given to them of fatherhood programs in the community so they can see you got some support here, particularly
Mhm.
now the food banks. For you fathers, get rid of that pride. I understand that, but pride, boy, getting a big box of food for your family, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
we
how can we get a hold of you? Because you mentioned that there is a website. Um, how can we get hold of you and people in all over the Caribbean? Because I'm looking and we have people from all over the Caribbean watching.
I can't wait. Tell them deedsdrivendad.com. Deedsdrivendad.com. Fatherhood is deeds, not words.
I love
So
it.
deeds driven dad,
www.deeds
with the S,
with an S,
driven dad,
dad without an S
without an S.
.com. All right, so let's show it. This is just make sure. Is that it?
That's it. That's it. Let
So
me put my
that's
glasses on
our
here so I
website.
can.
If you're interested in collaborating, if you have an organization in the Caribbean or in Africa,
That's
um,
true.
I know Coach wants to branch out to Africa because it's, dads are everywhere in the world.
Yes. One
Go
time,
to this
one size.
go to this website. Definitely come tomorrow on Zoom or on Facebook. The Zoom number is scrolling at the bottom for tomorrow's event. I'm so excited because
Thank you.
the fathering is so needed for sustainability.
It's
It is
hilarious too.
so needed.
Yeah, they want to. We have so much fun. To be honest with you, I know it's a heavyweight and I know it's a toxic topic. We've been doing it for so long.
Mhm.
However, it also is joyous and laughter, and we start out with what we call good news. So the guys just get us all pumped up, and then we start talking about best practices.
Nice.
I don't want to talk about the game that we lost. They scored some points. How do we win this game? So it's going to be great.
As we say, parenting, a friend of mine says parenting is like a boxing match. You win one round and lose four, and then you win a round.
Happy to get through the corner. Oh my gosh.
But you never get knocked out. You just
And that's right. That's right. So, and it's so much fun. And I'm so happy and excited for the fathers that have joined us, and our fact that now we're joining the sustainable community development. If you don't mind, I'll speak real quick.
yeah, let's speak about now. That was
Right.
actually thank
How did it
you.
come in? Yes, it was wonderful. Because OECS has now said we need to have some wonderful ideas. And you and I have been participating in the other ambassadors. They're incredible. I can't wait. We support all of them.
I
However,
know.
we always had one central core, and you said it first in yours. If the
Yeah.
family is not, if the family doesn't have a good base,
Nope.
it doesn't matter what kind of technology comes, they won't go to school. They
Mm-hmm.
won't feel that they can do it. And the
Yep.
cycle will never be broken. So, because we are now, ours is going to focus on a couple of key areas helping the sustainable movement. One in particular, and it has to be our baby, is the fatherhood emergency response training. This last hurricane that slipped us all by scared us all. If it didn't, you should have been.
Yep.
And that was just the first. See how he's coming?
It's coming up. It's rolling off Africa now.
Quick, too. Yeah, right. Real quick. We have like a day to get ready. You cannot.
Mm-hmm.
So, our fatherhood emergency response training is paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Sedima, Nods, Nima, they're wonderful. But they
Yeah.
don't have a troop that can help us before the storm. Who's going to help us if our roof falls off?
Yeah.
The fatherhood program. Who could do the aquatics? Who could do CPR? Who knows how to do the shortwave radio? Who knows where the shelters are? Who knows where the roads are for the evacuation? We
Wow.
can't wait. So that's what the fatherhood emergency response training does. It's incredible. The,
Amazing.
um, Next after that is tomorrow we're going to be speaking with, of course, this All Rise. Many our family courts are, that's a source of contention, fear. From the father's point of view, oh my gosh, can't go to sleep because you don't know what's going to happen. You
No.
only hear the stories and you hear crazy stories.
Yeah.
All Rise will do our mock court, family court intervention, as well as
Wow.
lawyers are going to be saying, hey, this is your case. However, let's get you ready. So we have myself and a couple others, eviler than Judge Judy. Judge Judy was nice compared to the way we are.
Oh my gosh.
All
That is
Rise.
that is very, I mean, you have it all covered in every
Yeah.
angle. And I do want to link you with an organization here in Canada for fathers as well. So we'll make that connection as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Um, I'll link you through WhatsApp. But
Very good.
I want to say so just to go on to what the ambassadorship and what the movement is. It's
Mm-hmm.
September 23rd and 24th. It's a virtual summit which is
Mm-hmm.
discussing the sustainable development of for the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Over 3,000 participants, amazing. Les Brown, so many people are actually going to be at this movement. If you want to register, please do so now because registration is actually closing in 2 weeks. at www.oecssdm.com. It's $147 for the regular virtual ticket, and $250 US for the VIP. But it's an amazing, amazing summit. I mean,
Hmm.
the speakers are going to be amazing, but the networking
Yeah, the work is going to be
can
good.
do. Like I said, just look what I see 3 countries watching today in the Caribbean
That's
that
good.
are now going to link with you, and that's what this whole summit is about, to say, hey, we
Exactly.
have to start. And that's sustainable goal number 17.
It is. And it has
Partner
to be done. It has to be done. And the
have
fathers were a missing link.
And that's the thing. The Caribbean, we're so separated, we're so competing
Yeah.
against each other. We have to stop.
Well, we don't in ours. We're one of the only organizations that can say our fathers come from all over. One size fits all in ours. We don't play that.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful.
No.
However, it was a missing link in the 17 goals.
Mm-hmm.
He was, even though there's organizations that deal with male issues, men's issues is
Yeah.
different than father. When you become a father, it's no more you. It's just a wrap for a little while. You need to go into
But it's
meditation and get your
amazing what
dream.
you're doing. It's amazing what you're doing,
Thank
and
you.
it's it's not unique, but your method is unique.
Thank you. Yeah, we
You
have a lot of fun with it.
you're there not just for advocating. You're there to
Mm.
show you're doing the deed. You
It
know,
has to be done. If we
you
don't do it,
are
nobody else will.
doing the deed.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
You should keep up the amazing work. I am looking
Thank
for.
you.
I mean, we are. So you can announce the collaboration then, Coach,
Which,
with
which, oh, with,
Civility.
well, we're so excited with you because we needed some professional instruction. As I said before, we have Who Am I? I can't wait for that section. That's the first one's coming out. And we look forward to you joining us, helping with the curriculum, building the curriculum, as well as working with some of the major universities and think tanks here and the UK. You understand the tie? And really around the world of who am I? And it can be done. And we'll be able to clean some houses before they get into deeds, not words. Now it's time to get busy because now you know what you can do. Anything is
Mhm.
possible.
Well, yeah, it's resources, finding
It's
your
everything.
internal and external
Exactly.
resources for the trauma that you have faced.
Exactly. And a lot of forgiveness. I've
Yeah.
been doing it. I'm a layman, so I could only use the tools coach had. So I was like, just
Self
forgive them,
self
let it go.
forgiveness, man.
Forgive them. Yes. So
Well, you
I
have
look
to.
forward to that.
One of the civility practices that we have is do unto others as you'd like to be done unto you.
Absolutely.
And but the problem that I face with that is you can say that, but if you yourself don't feel you're worthy of being treated well,
Fear of
you're
yourself,
not
fear.
going to treat others
Right.
well. And
Right.
so, really, what has happened is that as you say, that self love and
Right.
self confidence
Right. Just you like it. You
has
don't care about
broken
nobody else. Just
down,
you. Hmm.
has broken the golden rule.
It's true. It
And
works every time.
we need to love ourselves and say, and you said it, I deserve to follow my dreams.
Just
I
go for it.
deserve to go for my dreams and make my dreams happen.
Why
And once
not?
we feel that as parents, we're going to make our kids' dreams happen. But if we're
Oh,
not
exactly.
following our dreams, we're going to turn to them and say, well, you don't deserve to follow your dreams because you broke my dreams.
Right.
I'm
Watch
doing
this one,
unto
Doc.
you as
Yeah,
that has been done unto me.
exactly. So here's
And
what we're doing with the schools
get
too.
that civility back up and running. We have to get that self love to bring
Yes.
the question to say, so now we look at Dr. Rivers says the question, the golden question. If I am doing this to you, if you
Yes.
were doing this to me, would I like it?
Right. Exactly.
So we need to answer those questions until our self love is up.
They will. Don't worry. They'll answer them fairly quickly because they
Amazing.
want the help. They want to help. They
Yeah.
want the help. As I did. I craved it, and so do they. But we're using education on this one because, from a father's point of view, just to let you know, that our feeling of fear and shame in our educational level.
Yeah.
So for a lot of the fathers, we're telling them now this home remote learning and this home learning, right? Very difficult, but not impossible. But since you are at a fifth grade, sixth, seventh grade reading level, and you have several kids, guess who's going to teach them?
Yeah.
You might not be able to show them the instruction, but because you're studying to get yours, and they
Yeah.
see you, they study to get theirs. You see?
Yeah. Oh,
They,
I
they
have
follow you.
Oh my gosh. I did an assignment the night before it was due this year. And my son was like, "See, mom, you can't tell me to do that because you do it too." And I went,
See? Right.
"Oh."
Man, throws a big curve towards you. Hey,
So
so
I
you
had
can't
to
do it.
switch my tactics and
So
say,
education is a key.
"Oh my gosh." And it's so funny when I know a lot of people that have done their masters or their PhDs while being a parent, and they said the impact it had on their children
Yes.
while they were
Scientists.
studying
Oh, they're brilliant. They go anywhere.
is
Especially
on.
their father too. And he didn't want to do it. That's the thing. When their father says, "I'm going back to school," they look at you. What? I am. I'm gonna finish. Daddy, you only went to seventh grade. I don't. So what? And they start getting stronger. And your best tutors and your best coaches will be your kids. They will
Oh,
not let you slide.
oh,
So that's what we're telling the fathers this year. Since we're all staying home, let's
yeah,
boost it up. We're gonna help them with that. We're
fantastic.
very excited.
Coach Steven Lynn tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Please log on to the Zoom. Let me actually show it to you again. I'm scrolling it. The room number is 895-910-9715. We're also going to broadcast it on Facebook Live on my page.
Thank you, and I'll put it on mine.
And we're going to do it on all the pages, and we're going to make sure that this summit tomorrow, this strategic planning session tomorrow,
Yeah,
reaches
different.
as many people as possible. Keep up the amazing work, Coach Lynn, on the father,
Thank you. Thank you.
breaking the cycle of what's
Thank you.
happening with fathering
Yes.
in the Caribbean, in the States, in the UK, in Canada. Keep up the amazing work, and thank you for being on the
Thank you so much.
show.
Oh, it's my true pleasure. God bless you. And I'll see you in the morning. And the whole team.
Definitely, definitely in the mean. So again, next week we have another amazing guest on Let's Talk Family Civility. Fathering is definitely a role in family civility that we need to acknowledge as parents, that a father is needed or a father figure is needed, a
Hmm.
male role model is needed. But let's get our fathers to step up to the plate. And if you're having problems, as you heard today, Coach Coach Lynn has already said, contact him. He will help with the father and see how he can handle it. And we're going to have more shows on Let's Talk Family Civility. I'm Dr. Rebecca Finlason-Harper, and I'll see you next week, Monday, at the same time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, and have a great week.